The world is closely watching China's massive military parade at Tiananmen Square, where Beijing is showcasing its latest weapons with global leaders in attendance. For more on the significance of today's event, we're joined by Professor Joel Atkinson from the Graduate School of International and Area Studies at Hankuk University of Foreign Studies. Professor Atkinson, thanks for joining us this morning.
Yeah, good morning. It's nice to be with you.
So we could see that leaders from North Korea, China, Russia walking and standing by side together at Tiananmen Square this morning. And they're now gathered in Beijing, and eyes are now on whether they will hold a trilateral summit and strengthen their cooperation against the West there. Will we be able to see that happen today?
Well, there's never been such a three-way meeting ever, from the Cold War until now. So on that basis, we shouldn't expect it. And while Kim Jong-un might want a trilateral summit, I'm not sure that Xi Jinping would see the benefit in it. Not only would it further strengthen this perception of a threatening China, North Korea, Russia axis when Xi probably feels enough of that has been done, at least for a while, but he might also feel it diminishes his stature a little, makes him something of a third wheel. We'll have to see. It will certainly be big news if the three do get together.
Right, and through today's military parade, analysts say China appears eager to showcase its growing military power to rival the United States and the West. What do you think is behind China's intention, and how would you assess the country's military capabilities?
Well, you should keep in mind that the main focus is domestic. It's to evoke patriotic sentiments and support for the CPC's leadership, to show that the Communist Party has made China a proud, strong country. And all of these foreign leaders coming to pay their respects, and also that the Chinese military honors and is loyal to Xi Jinping and the party. The US and its allies like Japan don't really need a parade to know what weapons China has, but it does project some confidence and this kind of attitude that Beijing won't back down, that has the will to carry out this, this struggle against American hegemony, as it calls it. And it certainly has formidable capabilities. In many areas, it still lags behind the US, but it's catching up in many ways. And more importantly, perhaps unlike the United States, it has that industrial capacity to mass produce the kinds of weapons that win wars.
Right, and Kim Jong-un's this trip to Beijing marks a rare departure from his, isolated and nuclear-armed state. And some analysts say Kim Jong-un will ask Xi Jinping to visit Pyongyang during the North Korea-China summit meeting. What's your take on this?
Well, I think Xi is overdue to visit Pyongyang. He last went there in 2019. Seoul is also pressuring Xi Jinping to visit South Korea for APEC at the end of October. But he would see that as a concession. He hasn't come here since President Park Geun-hye allowed the US to install the THAAD missile defense system in 2016. So perhaps he'll go to Pyongyang before coming to South Korea to make it seem less like he's, kind of bending to Seoul's will. Also, Putin went to Pyongyang last year, so Xi may want to go to keep things kind of balanced in that way.
Right, and a lot of attention is also on Kim Jong-un's daughter, Joo-hae, who could perhaps be the next leader of North Korea. And there is speculation that, she could be the next leader, right?
Yeah, well, she certainly seems to be being groomed for the top job. This is her first official trip abroad, and it would be a sign of respect to China for Xi Jinping to be the first leader she meets. And, visiting Beijing is an important part of securing succession in North Korea. Kim Jong-un went to Beijing before becoming leader, and Kim's father, Kim Jong-il, he went a few years after being designated as the successor.
I see. All right, Professor Atkinson, I'm afraid that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for your insight. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.